yeah, so it all links to the hormones. So you have the eye cones, which intake information, and then they go around by the pineal gland. They go in the thalamus, and the thalamus is where you process information into hormones. And the body runs on chemical reaction, and that is how everything works. So if you combine in all brain circuitry, yeah, because when I'm painting, I combine all my brain circuitry. So I'm juggling to combine the left and right side of the brain, then I'm painting. So when I was painting then, they were playing music that I don't normally listen to, because I don't normally play music I like listening to, or like the sound of, then I paint. But as I'm painting and I'm realising they're playing that with more language, then my brain, my left part of my brain, is detached from my right, and it's trying to process, and because I'm dyslexic I'm not good with that, so it's slower anyway, but it's slowed down one of my cortexes listening to music with lyrics, because then I'm trying to process how my brain is programmed, what language is from school. So I'm thinking, oh, you know, this word means that, this word means that, and then I'm actually processing the sentences into thought. So I couldn't paint the way I normally do because I listen to not a lot of music, and then as I'm talking now, I'm giving out energy. I'm combining that energy, holding that energy in myself, and then I'm pushing the energy out in different formats of sonar. Yeah, and instead of frequency through my mouth, I'm holding that energy and I'm pushing it out in other formats of ways of energy work into the art. So if I'm painting with gold and crystal, then I'm putting energy, like chi energy. That's what he also understood, the personal trainer. He's one of the best personal trainers in London. And when I spoke to him about the hormones and the thalamus, because he painted with me, and it was really rare for him to come over and cover as much as he did, and instantly I almost gave him like a tarot reading just from the one section of the painting that he completed, because of how much space. He's never painted before, and he just covered chunks of it, and it really worked well with the shape. And I was saying to everyone there that night, I said, it's really rare, and no one else, everyone was too scared to do it in case they ruined the painting, but I want to vibe off people like that, and it's because of his personal training, the way he can like get his mind through things and round things through linking with the body. Now all my stuff is linking also with the body, because I'm seeing body as art, shape and form. So when you get down to the media, and I was talking to him about hormones, he knows because he gives people stuff for diets to do with all this. And Jodie, my friend that runs things with horses, we were talking and we were listening to my music, because he's going, can you give me your playlist that you listen to when you paint? Now when you ride horses, you have to bring them up, you know, warm them up. It's the same with body in personal training, you warm it up. It's the same what I do with my mind when I'm listening and painting. So you warm it up, so you seem to have these breaks. It's the same with a story, you get like beginning, middle, end. Yeah, so you want like 1, 2, 3, isn't it? Basically, again, it's the Vesica Pisces, like we're saying on here, is hijacked. This is an egg on its own, so we want to become one. So it's 1, 1, not 2. And then the I in the middle, right? So when you ride horses, you bring them up. So Jodie understood this. Jodie's also a DJ, so she also understands frequency as well. But so we're bringing the music up, bringing the horse up, bringing the body up. Then you have it at that, like maybe the chorus, the middle. Then you have to bring it down again. So he was saying that he'd listen to certain states of music to bring him up through the fitness. And a lot of defected and the music people listen to link with fitness also. My mum used to be a Keep Fit instructor. When she came around to talking to them just then, she said I went into counselling because I saw different states of healing, and then she did Reiki. You know, and then I was telling him how I amplify crystals on my body whilst I'm painting, because I'm absorbing frequency and then I'm sonaring it out, and then the crystals are piezoelectric. So piezoelectricity, what is the Scotland mountains full of? From volcanoes that have been there for 200 million years, where all the Masons live and have all the best bottled water up there, and all the best living free waters with hydrogen and plasma, and you never get thunderstorms up there, you never get lightning up there. I wonder why? Because if it hit this, it probably would go crazy. So look at some of the lumps in this. I mean, it's got all sorts of minerals in this. So what is it? Because if this is all piezoelectric, does that mean the whole of Scotland mountains and the Highlands are all piezoelectric? So is that all plasma? And it's like I was talking to him about the food and all this stuff. It's like we're all feeding off the brain of the Wood Wide Web. Yeah, we're all living off of that brain. Why are we not studying that brain? What does that brain run from? Where's the energy of that brain coming from? It's coming from quartz. So this is us plasma trapped in time almost at a cellular level. We are changing at a cellular level because the earth is changing at a cellular level. So this stuff is changing, right? And it keeps showing me somatics every time I go and connect with the woodworker. You know? Somatics, you could just change the body. It would shut down hospitals eventually if everyone understood. It's the cognition that is the problem. It's the cognition. This is why they own all the media and everything that they do. So we need to change it with frequency, and it is going to start linking in with the arts, because everything is linked to hormones. This is why they have all women in Europe on certain hormones. This is why they, you know, it's even in cling film. I started studying where the hormones are because of my endometriosis. Yeah, even vegan food has loads of soya in it. I can't eat soya much because it actually hurts. Like, I've had soya all this weekend because I went to their barbecue and I had like bits of corn and that, which I don't normally eat, and it's actually hurting my body, breaking it down today. I've realised I can feel it. So, you know, and then I was in Scotland drinking all that nice water, running through this kind of rock, you know, like fresh, and it was making my mouth tingle. And I've come back here drinking this really hard water, and again, I can feel it in my body. So, and the land's like, oh, and we got our mates in Cameroon as well that put that music video together. I've linked it in my playlist. It's got Cameroon artists, and they made that because we're messaging them as well. So they're going and finding land at the moment. We eventually want to get a piece of land in Scotland now because of all this energy. I really like it up there, and I've got a really good feeling about it, about that place in the future. I don't know what it is. My whole body's tingling when I was there, and yeah, I just got a feeling about it. But yeah, also Jodie's got a hut in her garden and she's got housemates back now. She's had a bit of a bad time, so I may be moving in up there because I've had enough of it here with yeah, a couple of people I'm living with doing my head in now. You know, people are dying of cancer and they still can't change their ways because of the programming, but they still want to act like the man. So, you know, I'm getting a bit fed up of living here as well at the moment. So I spoke to her, and yeah, I just found the environment different up there. You know, I really wanted to paint. You know, all the people around me were interested in what I was doing, and it was good. Like here, I have to deal with my mum's partner every day who doesn't agree with the way that I live. Yeah, even though I'm separate from them and my life is completely different from them, like I'm getting spat at by him most days right now, and it's really starting to affect my field, and I've just had enough. I shouldn't be taking it every day. I don't want to do it. I've done the work I needed to do in the land here now. And yeah, when I went up to see Jodie, like that had all just happened with her boyfriend and everything up there, so I felt like it was getting set up for me up there to now go up there a bit more. Her brother also is like linked in with Sony quite a lot. Sony from Dubai, and he's coming back to the UK, and all of her family like quite they're not awake yet, but they're very intelligent. They understand everything I'm talking about, even though they still eat meat and stuff, but they're starting to go. They have always been very healthy anyway. So she's got an outbuilding in her garden like this basically that I'm going to do up and probably moving up there, and we can start doing a YouTube up there with the lads. Like even when I walk through the door, one of them, the first vegan guy, was like, he's an architect and does fashion, and he was like, he was looking for a hemp dealer, and I walked through the door, and we're just applying for the hemp license now. And the festival lot. So the festival lot, on our way back from Scotland, all my mates that work making the Void speakers and that, which are like one of the best sold speakers globally as well. Like New York, London, Mix Mag use them in all their labs, like mucking around, and they're really small, but they look good, and they have the best sounds for how small they are. So one of them is my mates that make the speakers. They were setting up Equinox Festival in Lincolnshire, which was on our way back through up north. So we stopped as it was still a building site and went in and spoke to them. And they're actually setting up another company separate from Void to do with stage design. Now I've been studying a lot of like what I want to do with the hemp, and some of it is stage design, like big blown up origami, like wrapped around certain things. It's at the top of a saxophone, and like it's the way you can wrap layers of canvas, and like they were telling me how you could fix it. And yeah, I think we're going to do clothes and stage design, because as soon as it goes in with Void, it will get out quite quickly to basically most of Europe's festival circuit, and probably abroad too. because they're already very well established. So they said they're going to take on the hemp once we've started producing it here. The guy from Jodie's house as well said he's an architect. He wanted to start mucking around with hemp building, and I walked through the door and he's like, I've just been looking for a hemp dealer, and you've walked through the door. So we've got a couple of shops already asking for it. Like, we've already been quite established even though we haven't even applied for the license yet. And yeah, we will get it because all the farmers, and my festival, like the ones that run the stages, seem to know loads of the farmers up here as well. Didn't even know they knew each other, because the farmers up here used to run like raves back in the day. That's how they earned some of their money, and they don't do it anymore, but they understand like setups and things like that already, and they see the way things are going. So yeah, we're going to start setting that up. And then we've got the Cameroon people. I've found some spiritual sounds who are doing like psychedelic yogas and things like that with gongs and people laying down in certain scenes. Like my mum went out to a house music event this weekend in a warehouse where they do them all over. Clockwork Orange, it's a bit of an older music but house, same as mine. I like Defected, she likes Clockwork. And it was in like this place called Printworks in London. And yes, they were out and I was at Jodie's, and like all the people there were like, we don't want to go out, we want to stay here, this is well good. I had all my lights set up with the UV and that, and my mum came back and she said they didn't have a good time. She said it was just all metal, it was cold. She said the music was good, but you know, the environment wasn't great, and then everyone didn't really like it. They were queuing for the toilets for ages, they queued for the bath for ages, and they stayed there, but they just wanted to come home. So it just goes to show you, when you set up the right environment for people to create, they do want to stay, and they do start to heal, you know, from this part of the mind. They're not looking at structured, perfect, like magazines and advertisements in central London. This is made on layers of mistakes, but it's not mistakes, it's just confidence that you can deal with change. That's what I said to Jodie's partner. You know, I read him instantly. It's like when you read tarot cards, it's bouncing out of time, and out the subconscious mind, a place we're all connected. Yeah, runs out of time. Time doesn't exist, linear time. We're going to start living longer. Our DNA changes. Emotions tune the DNA. All to do with hormones and frequency. But I read him. So what he did when he covered the painting, I said, for you to be able to do that, and he's a personal trainer, so his mind's quite clear most days. I said, for you to be able to do that on the painting, that shows you're not scared of change. You can handle change quite quickly because you're not scared about doing the whole painting. You've done a big enough piece because you were confident in yourself, because you knew that you could change the next layer quickly, and then change the next layer and change the next layer. So it's just change, 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 change. It's not mistake, mistake, mistake. It's change, change, change. And that isn't even like doing anything bad. It's just layering to different frequencies. Like I said, you play different music now, you'll do a completely different layer to that. And then that shape and form being mucked around. That's healthy for the icons to intake, to then choose your cognition, change your cognition, to then change your hormones, and then that's combining all sides of the brain. Like when I said that they played language. When they played language, it took over my left side of my brain, so I couldn't paint properly because I couldn't go to the deep state where I'm normally channeling from, because language was capping the left side of my brain, which was stopping my full cognition. And that's where I'm going to leave it because I'm 25. And yeah, Jen, you're coming over soon. By the way, the weather is pretty cold today, but I was in shorts and that the other day. So yeah, the weather's pretty bipolar here right now as well, but it is getting a little bit colder. Like, it's been absolutely raining today, but I'm not cold. So yeah, just bring a mixture of clothes and like maybe one jacket or something. Just bring layers. But yeah, it's be good to see you and talk about like your side of music as well. But yeah, alright, I'm out. Love.